education. We wear black because the happenings around the world are happening here on this campus. Wake up, Dickinson, we wear black. We wear black. Because Dickinson, it is time that we are engaged.
We wear black.
Because this is a moment.
This is a movement.
Tomorrow at 9 p.m. at the Social Justice House, we will be hosting a discussion addressing this crucial moment we are living in that has been nationally sparked by what happened at Mizzou and Yale.
That this is not a space for stories or apologies. This is a dialogue in response to a demonstration, and this is also a call to action. Last Friday, one of our peers sat at the table and asked students to share their experiences as people of colors, members of the LGBTQ+ community, as women, as international students, and other represented and marginalized groups on campus. These statements are just glimpses into their experiences. We ask that if you identify with their stories, as we read them, please stand. I'm here because of my own merit. I feel like when I talk and people hear my accent, they aren't paying full attention. Thank you. I am not your token nor spokesperson for an entire race. Thank you.
I just have kind of a off-topic thought. If you have anything to say in opposition to this movement, it's better that you speak out openly and express those opinions than not in that.
Also, I would like staff at the Wellness Center to be trained in more diverse issues and to not prescribe medication if you're going to take people off medication without any warning.
So, my name is Ryan Potter. My preferred pronouns are he and him. I have two specific changes that I'd like to make. The first one is to make the U.S. diversity requirement more specific and to include a class on the history of marginalized people. I think that it's important to have that conversation in order to change things at Dickinson. We need to make people uncomfortable and talk about the history.
I think I see a lot of, well, nothing is as bad as it is in the zoo. Do we want to let it get to the point where it's as bad as it is in the zoo? I think we are at a unique moment in history where these kinds of things look different. You know, when segregation and stuff was legal, you could see it, you knew, it was clear, concrete. What we're dealing with is insidious and amorphous and difficult to all articulate, but that does not mean that it is not there. And we all have to think about the ways that we perpetuate these things. Racial jokes are not something you just need to get over. Think about all of the history that those racial jokes draw on. Think about what your words mean. Words have real, clear consequences. They are not just something you suck up and get over. You, as a white person, do not have anything that draws on, there's no insult that matches those kinds of racial jokes. You don't have hundreds of years of, you don't live in a place that was built on, exploitation of your bodies. You can't associate that with that. So
Like, the issues that Asian Americans and Asians face have been marginalized, and so because of that, I just wanted to open up the dialogue to any Asian Americans or Asian.
My name is Zach. I'm first year here. The first question I have is in regards to what a few people just talked about, which is freedom of speech. I'm not going to say that I agree with anything that's been posted on yet because it's horrible. It's quite frankly, it's horrible. And I don't agree with it at all. But at the same time, I would like to know where we draw the line. I understand that things offend certain people, and that sucks. Where do we draw the line as to what is allowed to be said and what is not allowed to be said? Because as an American citizen, that is our right to say how we feel and what we would like to say.
To address the question of Zach right here, it is not about drawing a line, and it is not about censoring people's thoughts, because when you force someone to believe something, they're not going to believe it wholeheartedly, It is about eliminating the they and them versus the us and we. Because when you look around in this room, you can see so many different faces, whether you're a guy or a girl, straight, gay, whether you're black, you're Asian, you're white, whether you're Latino. Like, we're all here right now because we acknowledge that there's a problem. So the problem is not what people are saying on Yik Yak or other sources where you can just say, where you can hide. It's about us acknowledging that we are all human and we are all capable of understanding and engaging in dialogue where we can change people's perceptions and thoughts so that they don't go behind and write what they feel, but they actually say it. And when you say it to somebody else, then people have an opportunity to engage you in a conversation that might change your mind. People that have those feelings, if you don't engage in conversation to see how other people experience their life, then you're not changing yourself, and that is your own fault.
Hi guys, my name is Emma. I'm a senior this year. And earlier on in this event, when we were going through statements and we were asked to stand with the ones we identified with, I chose not to stand when the question was posed along the lines of, are you here because of your own merit? And I chose not to stand because I interpreted the question, I think, differently than most of us in the room did. I certainly worked hard in high school to get to this school. I'm not trying to say that that isn't the case, but I wanted to take the moment to recognize that the institutional and structural racism that exists everywhere in this country benefits me. And it saddens me that students of color on this campus work so much harder to get here. Even if you are well-intentioned and you identify as a white ally, that identity has to carry over into recognizing that there are aspects of your background you don't choose. And as a white person, those aspects of my background benefit me. And I think having a conversation about this on this campus is important. I think someone earlier mentioned that ally training would be really beneficial to this community. Right. I totally agree. I think it should be a part of the first year program. It's been greatly improved this year, but could be better improved. Thank you.
For doing that, and as an administrator, I know that we respond to what we hear, and we especially respond when it's hot. So hold our feet to the fire, hold our feet to the fire, hold our feet to the fire, and you will see this come to.
My name is Joel Prussian. I'm a senior, as him. And first and foremost, this comment and the following question is directed at both the public and behind-the-scenes leaders of the Blackout movement. First, I'd like to commend you for your rhetoric at the protest last night. It was incredibly well written. It was incredibly well delivered. It was poignant. Unfortunately, having a unique viewpoint in the cafeteria, I was sitting in the back corner, so I could see most of the cafeteria from where I was sitting, and there were far too many people who were deriding what was going on, passing it off as nothing. My freshman year, our entire class sat in here, and that was about all this building could hold. So, guesstimating that we have about 25% of campus in this room willing to have these discussions. How do we get the other 75%?